Good morning from Positano, Italy. Welcome to our Positano vlog. Today is our first full day in Italy and we are so excited to get this week started. Last night we actually checked in at our hotel here in Hotel Miramare. I'm gonna go ahead and refrain from sharing all the wonderful details about this hotel because I did do that in the last video. I filmed a travel day and hotel room tour, so be sure to check that one out. After we checked in yesterday, we ended up just settling in. We took some pictures and unpacked our suitcases, kind of settled in before dinner. We had reservations over at Vincenzo. It's a restaurant that's just up the stairs over on the main road, about a 1-minute walk from our hotel. The stairs are to be expected here, but as long as you take your time going up and down them, they're not too bad. We had a somewhat early dinner and it was fantastic. I'll insert a couple clips of what we ate. We had roasted octopus that Lucas was really excited to try, and then we also had rigatoni and ravioli. We had a couple drinks and then we also enjoyed dessert, which was awesome. We had a lemon sponge cake and then the tiramisu, and truly, it was like the best tiramisu we've ever had, so I can't wait to eat more of it while we're here in Italy. After dinner, we took a quick evening stroll down the main road, so we got to check out some of the shops. I did a little bit of window shopping over at like Luisa and CB Positano. I have a couple things that I want to go back for on our shopping day, which will be Monday. The reason why I'm holding on shopping is because today is going to be our Capri day. We are taking a boat tour over to the island of Capri, and I am just so excited to spend the day kind of on the boat, doing some swimming, checking out some beautiful sights, and then also spending the afternoon in Capri, which I believe is where we'll be having lunch and doing some shopping over there as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold on all the things I want to buy here for now. Again, just so excited. You're gonna hear that a lot throughout this vlog. I apologize in advance. We are just so happy to be here. We are just about finished getting ready. We're gonna make our walk down to the main beach where we'll hop on a boat and head over to Capri. Let's go explore the Amalfi Coast. Made it to Capri. As you guys saw, we took a taxi up to the city center and now we have 4 hours to have lunch and do some shopping. checking in has been many hours later. We had the best day on the boat tour, taking us to Capri and back, and if I could just bottle up all the memories that were made today and just relive it over and over again, I would. I guess that's kind of what I'm doing, vlogging the experience. Everything about Capri lived up to the hype. I had the best time. It was about like a 45-minute boat ride from Positano to Capri. There was a few scenic stops that our tour guide stopped at. We had a total of 4 hours in the town, and it was the perfect amount of time in my opinion. I would love to come back to do the Blue Grotto and to, you know, explore other parts of the island itself. I know there's some fun stores kind of on the north side as well, but we took a taxi from Marina Grande up to the main city center where all the designer shops were and had the best time. We ended up getting lunch at a quick spot. It was honestly just one of the first ones we saw. I had a caprese salad. Lucas had a margherita pizza. We had a quick light lunch followed by a lemon sorbet in an actual lemon, which is iconic in Capri, and I think Positano as well. I wanted to go ahead and get my first one, so we enjoyed that right before we did some shopping. I'll talk a little bit more about kind of the shopping experience of the whole trip in a separate video. I'm gonna go ahead and make a what I bought in Italy kind of haul, because like as an American traveling to Italy, there are a couple things to note, and so I'm gonna make a separate video at the end of this vlog series doing a shopping haul for the entire week in Italy and kind of giving you guys those tips for shopping. So I'm gonna hold, and I'm not gonna show you guys yet what I bought, but just know that I am so excited about all the things that I got while we were there. Once we got back on the boat, we went ahead and made our way towards Positano with a quick stop to go swimming. So we all jumped in. The water was so warm, but I will say that there are jellyfish, so be fair warned. That pretty much sums up our beautiful day. It was honestly just like 12 out of 10, everything I expected and more. I had the best first day in Italy. I don't know how else we're gonna top it. We ended up taking a quick shower, we got dressed for dinner, and so now we actually have dinner reservations. I believe it's pronounced La Scalinatella. It should be the restaurant that's directly below our room at the hotel Miramare, and so we're gonna go ahead and check it out, kind of have a chill dinner. It took us about 205 steps to walk up from the marina back to our hotel room, and believe it or not, there are also hotel rooms that are additional steps. We're not actually at the very top, we're kind of in the middle. And so today we're actually excited that we are just gonna go downstairs for dinner rather than going back up to the main street level, which is probably an additional, I wanna say 150 steps. I need to count them next time. On that note, we're gonna go ahead and meet our dinner reservation, and then I will try to check in later this evening. Good morning. It is the following day. I said I was going to check in last night, and I definitely did not. Lucas and I had a lot of fun at dinner last night. It was an incredible experience, an experience that we actually didn't quite expect. We were excited for a nice dinner, just kind of taking it easy at our hotel, just downstairs, and we were met with a 6-course experience is the one that we chose. There's other ones as well. There's like a 4-course, 5-course, and even an 8-course. It was truly like the best restaurant we've ever been to ever. We really stacked up our favorite restaurants over the last few years, and this one really nailed it. It's at the very top for me. Not only was the food just like a great experience, but like the service was top notch and very attentive, and we had just the best experience. We did get some light snacks with the cocktails and a bread service, which let's talk about that real quick. The sourdough bread that the chef made is incredible. We both loved it with the butter that they gave us and the olive oil, and it was just, we loved it so much we actually got it twice. And then after the bread service, we went ahead and dove into the 6 different courses. They're all pre-selected by the chef, and so they went ahead and presented one by one. Every time they would bring a new dish, they would kind of explain the different ingredients. We kicked it off with pigeon Yes, very unique. I actually didn't mind it. The texture reminded me a lot of duck, and so Lucas really enjoyed it. After the pigeon dish, we had my second favorite dish of the evening, and it was a mixed pasta with black truffle. After the mixed and pasta dish, we had a risotto, and that was also phenomenal. It had anchovies in it that were harvested on the coast here in Amalfi. After the risotto was a filet, and Lucas really enjoyed that. And then my favorite was last as kind of like the finale in terms of the entree-like courses, and it was king crab, but it had a strawberry and tomato sauce, which is not usual, right? You're used to the garlic butter, you know, with the king crab. This strawberry tomato sauce really caught me by surprise, which is why it became the number one in terms of like the entree-like dishes for me. And then the sixth course was my overall favorite, but it's kind of not fair to like, you know, judge dessert and the main courses, but the dessert was insanely good. It was like a mixture of different elements. It was kind of like a deconstructed dessert, I think is the best way to describe it. Just know that it was like the best dessert I've ever had ever. It really was a beautiful meal. So not only was the food very like intentionally and high quality, and like the selection was so much fun to experience, but the service was so great. We had great recommendation for the red wine that we enjoyed. We had Merlot. And then towards the end, I think the servers knew how much we were raving about the food, so they actually asked the chef to stop by our table. I don't know if this is like the chef goes to every single table in the evening, but the chef actually came up to our table. We got to shake hands with them and meet the brilliant mind behind all these amazing dishes. And so that was a really cool experience. And the chef actually sent us over like a special little secondary dessert. It had a kind of cake that is really popular around the Christmas time, is what we're told. And then we have apricot jellies. I wish I could like bring them home with me. They were so good. And then we had like a hazelnut chocolate to end. So all of this to say, we had the best dinner we've ever had. Number one in our books right now and in our hearts. And it's gonna be really, really hard to top that one. So that was the update for dinner last night. I wanted to make sure I shared about it. Now on to today's update. So today is Monday, and so it's our second full day here in Positano and our last day in Positano. We're gonna make the most of it. We actually already got a head start, and so this morning we actually met up with Paola, who I met through Instagram, and she actually took our pictures this morning, so we scheduled a little photo shoot session with her for our anniversary, which was so much fun. It was awesome being able to work with her. She was incredibly sweet and really talented. We got up pretty early for those pictures, just, you know, early bird gets the worm, not as much people around, less crowded, better lighting, and it was totally worth it. We started at 6:30 a.m. and ended around 8. And so after the photo shoot, Lucas and I went ahead and had our complimentary breakfast here at our hotel. And now we are caught up to the present, and I'm going to quickly clean up the room, kind of pack up all the things that we bought yesterday, and then we're going to have a beach day. It's gonna be a really chill, relaxing day here in Positano. I'm gonna go ahead and tidy up our things and our suitcases, and then I will meet you guys at the beach. foods, our beach day. Had a ton of fun, just going for a swim, enjoying the sunshine. I can't remember how to pronounce the beach club's name, but we did stay at the main beach club. We booked those in advance, but there seemed to be plenty available, at least on a Monday. We got front row, and we knew this ahead of time, but there are rocks on this beach, not sand, and so wasn't the most comfortable if you have sensitive feet. I did bring water shoes, but ended up not using them. I felt like I was able to walk on the rocks enough to get into the water, soaked in some sun as best we could, took in the view, had lunch, had each a margherita pizza and some drinks, and then afterwards we went ahead and made our way back to the hotel because it did get a little bit crowded. So Lucas and I ended up going back to the hotel, and I tanned outside here where it was nice and quiet. Lucas ended up taking a nap, and now the plan is to go shopping before dinner. So we're gonna go walk the streets, buy everything that we need to buy, because this is our last evening in Positano. It is so sad thinking about it. Don't want to think about it until later. So we're gonna do some shopping, and then we're gonna do dinner, and then I will check in with you guys later. Good morning for the very last time here in Positano, Italy. I am so sad to be leaving Positano today. We only have a few hours left before we take the train from Naples back to Rome, and so we're gonna try and soak up as much as we can in these last few hours. I had every intention to check in with you guys yesterday after shopping and before dinner, but we ended up shopping a little bit longer than expected. I got a lot of fun things for souvenirs, for friends, family, and myself. So stay tuned for that What I Bought in Italy haul. In the meantime, let me catch you guys up on how dinner went last night. We ended up going to Luna. Lucas made us dinner reservations there a few weeks ago, and so I was very excited about this one. My understanding is that it's a little bit on the newer side, and it is at a higher part of the town, and so we did the most amount of steps today because we went all the way down to the beach, and then we went all the way back to our hotel, and then additionally up to where our first restaurant was, and then additional steps again to head to Luna. The trek was absolutely worth it. It made sense. Like, the higher you went, the better the view. Prettiest restaurant Lucas and I have ever been to. We had a great dinner overall. We ended up spending 3 hours there, which we kind of expected as well. We started off with some complimentary Prosecco. They gave us some sparkling wine because we were celebrating our anniversary dinner. Started off with an appetizer. I had the chef's signature, and it was a Cacio Pepe with black truffle, but it was made very uniquely. Lucas had a spaghettone, I believe is how you pronounce it, with lobster. So delicious. I definitely stole a couple bites of that. And then our main course, I had the lobster, and then Lucas had the red snapper for his main course. We both enjoyed all of the dishes at Luna. Let me talk to you guys about dessert. There was an apricot tart on the menu, and it was my favorite dessert. Had a little bit of ice cream in there. Was 10 out of 10 worth it. Really appreciate the great service and the great food over at Luna. View was gorgeous, like I said. Absolutely the best way to end our last evening in Positano. Although it is our last day here in Positano, our Italy vlogs are not ending here. We still have 3 nights and 2 days in Rome, and it'll be our very first time exploring all the sightseeing in Rome. Stay tuned for that one because we also have a very exciting itinerary in store and to share with you guys. So until the next one, I'll talk to you guys soon.